Well, hello and good evening, everyone, and welcome to Coach's Corner. We have some feedback here. Let me shut this down here real quick. Here we go. That's better. Sorry about that. I'm a one-man band again tonight. My co-host, Coach Paz, now couldn't be here tonight. He had some other prior obligations going on tonight. So welcome to the show. I'll be your host tonight. I am Coach Terry Murray, and the Cavs did it, everyone. The Cavs did it. Let's just get that right off our chest. Right now, the Cavs did it. How many of you, if you're like me, did not think the Cavs were going to pull it off? I'll be honest. I was a little doubting Thomas there on that one because I just didn't think the Cavs had it in them to go back to Detroit and take them on in their own home arena there and pull it off. But they did in such a dominating fashion. It was dominating, I said. And they did such a tremendous job. Again, welcome everyone to the Tonight Show. We are a sports talk show from the Cleveland, Ohio area. We're going to talk a lot about the Cavs, talk about the Browns. We talk about the Gardos and all the other teams in between in the state of Ohio that are in the Northeast Ohio region, and plus our very own players and coaches that we have got to know along the way. Over 40 plus years of coaching is what's on my resume, and I look to share every bit of it with you on this talk show. So thank you for tuning in. If you're on board with us tonight, won't you send us a few comments here and let us know that you're tuned in? I see we've got a couple viewers on right now. Cody Whitlock, my nephew, is on board. He said, "Let's go, Cavs." Cody, your boy, played his butt off in this series about down the stretch in this last, I'll say the last 3 games, bro. He played his butt off for this team, and that's your boy Strus. Strus did it, man. He really, really did it. So I just want to give a shout out to him and to my nephew Cody, because that's his boy. He likes Strus, man. Hey, Brother John Landy is on tonight. He says, perhaps we will stop putting Harden down. Yep. After this series, John, we have to stop putting him down. That's for sure. We can't continue to crack on Harden. Harden did the job. He did the job, man. He just did the job. So, I mean, we don't like the turnovers. We get a little upset at the turnovers, but it's not just him. And we have to remember, this was a late trade in the season to get Harden on board to try to make a playoff run. And that's exactly what they did. It wasn't pretty at times because they're still getting, guys, let's be honest, they're still getting used to playing with each other. Could you imagine if he would have come on even earlier with this team where we would have been? I personally don't think it would have went 7 with Detroit. I think we would have knocked them off way before that. Who's on? Got JD on here tonight. My boy Couch made no errors. You're right. Couch didn't make any errors because Couch is on the couch right now, JD. Lucy Nemeth is in the house tonight. Hi, Lucy. Who else do we have on here? Cole, my boy Strus won a few games for us, in my opinion. Yes, Cole, he absolutely did. I'm going to tell you what, I felt that Strus turned himself into a starter, man, during this series. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him maybe start against the Knicks tomorrow night, to be quite honest with you. I think that he played his defense, his toughness, and he don't back down, man. It don't matter who he's going against. He doesn't back down, and he gave Cunningham a hard time. And I think that's part of the reason we ended up winning is because of Strus. Strus was on the loose, man. Come on now. You know that's true. Oh, that was mine. That's the one I was looking for. Strus was on the loose. Hey, we got guys over here on, let's see who we have on the YouTube channel here. Oh, we've got some new guys. Let's see what he says. This next level, give 100%. Have to give 100% every game. We can't take any games off. Coach Dave Lozano says over on the YouTube channel. Matter of fact, if you're watching on Facebook, guys, we are on YouTube as well. If you can go to www.youtube.com at Coach's Corner, no apostrophe, just Coach's Corner 4712. Like and subscribe if you would. The better we'll get the more views, the more likes, the more subscriptions we have, is the better viewed we'll be. Okay, so tune in with us tonight. Okay, what do we got on here? John Landy Jade wouldn't have been as bad if Couch played. Couch was tall. He might have played some basketball. I bet you he did. Matter of fact, I bet you he did. But I am so happy for Donovan Mitchell, to be honest. He finally did it. We got past the second round. I really was doubting after that loss at home. I was so frustrated over the loss at home against Detroit, that game 6 loss. And I thought, how in the world can we come out and play this flat, knowing that we need this? We needed that game, or we were going to have to go back to Detroit and play them in a game 7. And to me, I just couldn't get over that. But my gosh, they did it. They did it. They did it. Let's see. Cody says Harden has to be more consistent. Lucky we had some other guys step up yesterday instead of Mitchell. Shout out to Money Merrill. That's where I was going, bro. That's where I was going. Money Merrill was in the house. 20-some points. Let's see how many points he actually had. I think it was like 21, 22. Let's see what he had here. So 23 points from Merrill. And I think Merrill, if I'm not mistaken, he come off the bench yesterday. And they said that was the big change there, him coming off the bench. But listen to some of these. I want you to listen to some of these numbers, guys. Listen to what the Cavs did yesterday. And then I'm going to give you my take on why I think they're going to be successful against the Knicks. Yes, I said it. They're going to be successful against the Knicks. Yeah, it's not funny. I know nobody's picking them. But let me give you a little tidbit of information. You know, the Knicks regular season, they only had a game or two on us, I think. They weren't that much better of a team than we were. So I don't know. That's what I'm seeing in the stats here. So listen to this. So Donovan Mitchell had 26, and they were big points, man. He made some crazy drive, to the lane, baskets at the hoop. He made some 3-pointer. He made that one half-court shot, banked it in, man, for a 3 right there at the end of the quarter. But I want you to listen to this. This is why the Cavs won yesterday, and this is the recipe for success. That if Kenny Atkinson is listening to me right now and listening to us, he will do what we're trying to get him to do here. Okay, Jared Allen, 23 points, 7 rebounds. And I mean, he's putting up poster shots, man. He is making some dunks coming, from the free throw line on some of those, man, with them big long arms and that long body and slamming it. He was bringing me up off of my seat, man. And you had Evan Mobley. He had 21 points with 12 rebounds. So between the two of them, we got 19 rebounds. And Harden, even though he only had 9 points, but you know what? His ball handling skills yesterday, let's just put it this way, were better than in the games past. Strus had 9 points, but he had some big buckets. But the talk of the day is Sam Merrill had 23 points, man. 23 points. That's what I'm talking about. Then Ken Ellis come off. He had 3 points. That was late in the game. Dennis Schroeder had 2. Tomlin 2. Porter, those were at the end of the game. I would like to see them to get those guys in the game, even if it's only for a little bit, one at a time, to get them in there, because I think Ken Ellis, he is a 3-point shooter too, man. And, I don't think we see him enough, which I think maybe as the series goes on with the Knicks, that we may see him more in there. And, Cunningham only had 13 points yesterday. 13 points. And listen to the score. You ready? 125-94. We beat them by 31 points, 31 points. If you bet the over, then you got it. Okay, because I'm gonna tell you, nobody could have foreseen that coming. 31 points in a game 7. There's no way. I think the Cavs were sending a statement. What do you guys think? You think they were trying to send a statement yesterday? Anybody on here with me on the Facebook page? Or what do we have over here? Coach Lozano says the Knicks are a complete team in the playoffs than they were in the regular season. They are playing a Golden State type of offense. Mitchell has to continue playing like a point guard. Very, very good take on that, Coach Lozano. You may be right. You may be right on that. I think they're a different. Yeah, they're a different team. You know, they beat the 76ers in a 4-game sweep, man. So they're nothing to fool around with. We're going to have to bring it every single game. And I think, as this is what I kind of passed up on you, I was going to tell you, is the fact that what makes the recipe for success for the Cavs is when the two big guys decide that they want to play both ends of the court and they want to play. I mean, you listening to me? I said they want to play. They're not just out there going through the motions, but you can tell there's a different Jared Allen. There's a different Evan Mobley in some of these games that we've seen in this series, to where they come out and they're not going to be denied. And we've got them driving to the hoop. When have you seen Evan Mobley? That's the guy, the 24-year-old guy that everyone seems to think he's going to turn out to be. And honestly, he's doing it, excuse me, at a great time in the playoffs here to show what he's got. Now, you not only have to contend with him, but then you got Jared Allen, J.A., who he's getting 23. And I'll be honest with you, I think he fuels the team. I think Jared Allen, when he comes out like that and he's making slam dunks and going to the hole, I think that he fuels the team. Him and Evan Mobley both. So when you get the two big guys, all right, let's see what we got over here. Real quick, we got some people coming on over here on the YouTube channel, so we want to give a shout out to them. Hey, what do you coach? Well, I coached a lot of sports, but the last part of my coaching career, I was 24 years into football, and I was a football coach. I've coached girls softball at a younger level and also boys baseball at a younger level, but 40-some years of coaching. I was even into the semi-pro gamut for a little bit. We got some other people on here saying, hi. Lozano says, at this next level, you have to give 100% every single game. Can't take any games off. Yes, I agree. We've got some other people on here doing some political stuff. We're not a political show. Thank you very much. We're just talking sports. I am a longtime sports coach. Coach Lozano's on here. He's coached with me. A lot of the people that we'll be talking to probably on the show, I've either coached them, they've coached with me, or they've had a son or daughter that I've coached. So we have a lot of experience when it comes to not only the sports part of it, but also the coaching end of it. So if you have any questions over here on YouTube that you would like to help with, especially like I founded a youth traveling football team, the first one in our city. It's 5th and 6th grade boys, and we had cheerleaders, so you can say it was boys and girls. And we traveled around and played other cities and become, quite popular in a 3-state area before our time was up. So we've got a lot of experience with youth football. We've had a lot of success, obviously, or I wouldn't have been in it that long. So if you have any football questions, get with me, and we'll see what I can do for you. Yeah, we still got the political guys over there. John Landy says, we punish Bickerstaff. Now time to punish Brown. Oh, man, that's all. You're right, John, you're right. We've got three Cleveland Cavalier coaches that had teams that were in the playoffs, in the top 4 teams in the Eastern Conference. Mike Brown, J.D. Bickerstaff, and our very own Kenny Atkinson. So anyways, yes, you're right. It's time to Dustin Winowski, you made it. My boy is coming off the golf course. How'd you do, Dustin? What, you do any good today? Or are you like me? If you're like me, you're a hacker and a scratcher. That's what I do. I'm just out there playing to have fun. I'd rather watch you golf than actually me do good, if that makes sense. So glad you tuned in tonight. Dustin, what's your take on the Cleveland Cavaliers last night, man? Did you watch that? And let me know what you thought. Now, let's be honest. You guys that are on here watching, tell me if you really felt in your heart that we had any type of chance of going to Detroit and beating them, because I'm going to flat out tell you that I did. I really thought it was over when we lost Game 6. The Cavs just frustrate me so much because I love the Cavs. I go way back with the Cavs, but it just seems like the older I get, knowing the money that we spend on this team, we are the top, we are the number one, the highest paid team. We've got the highest payroll in the NBA. So I get a little frustrated when we don't do well. Shot of 53. Holy mackerel. That's professional golf for me, Dustin. Good job. And let's see. Absolutely did. Incredible game. I did not see the stepping up and pulling that off. Yeah, I didn't see them stepping up and pulling it off either, bro. I'll be honest. I really, really didn't. Let's see. I missed a comment here. Let's go back to Cody says, oh, shout out to Dan Gilbert. Yeah, let's tell it. Shout out to Dan Gilbert, Cody saying, for sending 25 buses filled with Cavs fans for Game 7 to Detroit. Hey, Dan, I'm over here, man. Coach's Corner wants to go to New York. Let's take the show on the road. I want to be on the next bus, Co. You want to go with me? Let's go check it out. That's our next thing, I should say, on Coach's Corner. I want to get out and I want to start doing. I used to do it before, and we'd get out and we'd do live shoots from different like ball games and different locations, gyms and things like that. So it looks like my YouTube may have froze up here. Hopefully not, but it kind of looks that way. So hopefully it'll bounce back. We're still on the Facebook show. See what we have here. It says, Lucy Nimitz says, thought we were done. Yes, Lucy, I agree. Thought we were done. Cody says, let's take a road trip. Yeah, man, who's with me on this, man? Who's with me? Let's take a road trip. So, all right, guys, listen, I'm going to try. Give me 1 second, just real quick. I'm going to try to see what is up over on Coach's Corner on the YouTube. Give me 1 quick second. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to talk to you as I do it. So I just got to see where we're at with this, see what the problem is. No, it says we're live. All right, should be good. All right, here I am. I told you I'm a one-man band tonight, so I got to check it out. Somehow we're froze up here on the, from what I'm seeing on YouTube. Can you guys, if you're with me on YouTube, there we go. We're back. We are back. There it is. Dustin Winowski says Cleveland has the highest salary cap in the NBA and the lowest in the MLB. Well, we know why. It's because the owners over there with Cleveland, you know, honestly, they do a great job. I can't crack on the results they're getting from. But I do think if we'd have different owners that maybe would want to spend a little bit more money and invest a little bit more money into the team and their players, that we may have already won a couple World Series, if not 2 or 3, with the type of player like me. You got Jose Ramirez. He deserves a championship. That boy is committed to this team, and no matter what, no matter how young the players are, no matter what the situation is, he's took so many hundreds of millions of dollars less to stay with the Cleveland Guardians than any other player in Major League Baseball. So Coach Lozano says you're still on. Okay, Coach, appreciate that. Just looking better. There you go. Yes, and I'll say this. Let's get back over to the Cavs. I was trying to make a point here, and we started chasing a squirrel here. And I just want to say this: when those two big guys come out to play, the Cavs are kind of an unstoppable team because nobody else really they're trying to say the Knicks can compete, but we're going to find out, because I really feel like Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley, the way they've come on this last 7-game series, has really stepped into their own right now. And I think as hard of a time as I've given Evan Mobley and call him soft and everything, I think the boy has finally figured it out and decided, hey, I'm not going to get pushed around. And guess what? If you think you're going to push me around, I'll show you my athletic ability, and I'm just going to go right around you. I mean, they're literally 7-footers driving to the hole, doing layups and slam dunks. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? That's amazing. Now, the one thing I'm not a big fan of, Cody, if you're still on here, Cody, I'm not a big fan of Evan Mobley being a point guard. We don't want him coming up the court with the ball in his hand, okay? Let's get him down low and get him set up. But I don't know if that happens because of the man, the lineup he's got on the floor. Kenny's got on the floor, maybe. But there's other people out there that could dribble besides Evan Mobley. So we need to figure that out, Kenny, if you're watching this. Hey, you're taking advice. You took some from the owner, Dan Gilbert, so take some from the old coach here. Please, let's don't let Evan Mobley, let's get him down low. If he wants to dribble down low and make a couple moves, fine. But I prefer not to see a big guy coming up the floor like that, dribbling the ball. He's not a point guard. Cody says, Jose's got to be my favorite Cleveland player of all time. He has been so loyal to the organization and the city. I mean, really, we can't argue that, bro, for sure. I mean, I'm a little bit older than you, of course. I come along, we had the team that come along in the 90s there, that with all the great pitching and all the talented players we had. So I got a lot of favorites there, but I am absolutely a Jose Ramirez fan, and I do believe before his career is over, if he's not already the greatest Cleveland Indian / Guardian ever, that he will be by the time his career is done. Cody says, I don't like them. Yeah, I don't like him bringing it up the court. I've seen him bring it up the court with Harden out there. That's why that is happening. Yes, stop. Man, get somebody. Let Schroeder come in and dribble the ball. He's fast. He can push it up the floor, and he creates havoc. So Dave says the Knicks have their big man playing point guard, so get ready for some charges on changes on defense. Okay, that's what I heard too. He's going to be playing point guard. So, you know what? I think Strus, honestly, Merrill and Wade both played some good defense coming down the stretch. I mean, they really did. And when the Cavs put it in their mind that they want to play defense, I mean, they're hard to beat. I don't know if they're unstoppable. We're going to find out. But I think now they know they've got a recipe for success, that they know what it takes to win games with Harden on the team now. And they're trying to figure out how to sub in and use their other talent. The only thing I got a little bit of a problem with is Tyson, not getting Tyson enough playing time. Tyson was having a great season until we traded for Harden, and now it's just like we've kind of forgot all about him. While all the other guys were hurt, Max Strus and everybody. And then you can say, well, the reason he was out there is because they were hurt. But yes, look what he did while he was out there. I mean, let's not forget how many 30-some point games did he have? And if I'm not mistaken, didn't he have a 40-point game too? I can't remember, but I know he had a couple 30-point games, and he was playing really good ball. Listen, real quick, don't forget, go on to our Facebook page if you're watching for the first time, and even if you're not, if you haven't done it yet, please like and follow us. Go on to the Coach's Corner Facebook page, like and follow us. Now, listen, we got some really good news. Facebook reached out to me and said that we are able now to monetize the show. So we'll be able to receive donations and things like that. We're getting it all set up. And then also on YouTube, we're working things out. So go to our YouTube channel. It's at Coach's Corner, no apostrophe, at Coach's Corner 4712 go like and subscribe if you would. The more the merrier. We appreciate it. And that's what gets us our views. The more people we have, the more people that are leaving messages and leaving comments and interacting with us is the better we do on the page itself. So Dustin Winowski says Strus admittedly looked a little rough in the last game, but he's freaking awesome. Yes, he is, Dustin. He is awesome. I like some Strus, and I'm telling you, that game he had, it was in game 5. Game 5. If it wasn't for him, that I think, man, he was the instrumental part of the Cleveland Cavaliers winning game 5. So, guys, what time is it here? Up? Okay, about 8 o'clock. All right, I've been saving this. I've got some big news. Are you ready? Big news coming up for the show. Guys, here's the big news. We have found ourselves in a different studio. We're going to be moving to a studio where we can have people come in and actually have a live audience, have a waiting area, and have a place just to go to and conduct business a little bit more professionally than what we're doing. I did speak to Coach Lozano. Coach, we'll give you a shout out today. Coach Lozano is going to be coming on the show and helping us out and be the in-studio producer. So thank you so much for that, Coach. And we are still looking for all our past players and coaches that want to come on the show, because we are going to start having different segments of the show that include our past players and coaches and just little tidbits of information that we want to pass on to the next generation that we feel that separates us from any other talk show out there. Is because how many coaches do you know, or how many people do you know that have their own talk show that have coached for over 40 some years? 40 plus. To be exact, I would have to say would probably be 44, 45 years. That's a long time. And you'll say, well, how can you do that? You look so young. Well, guess what? I started at a very young age, at 15 years old, coaching for my park and rec team back in the great city of Lorain, Ohio. Give a big shout out to the Southview St. Dream Team over there, where I graduated from. Dave Lozano says, thanks. We'll be doing agility drills before each show. He was too, boy. He would push those kids. Linebackers, we always had the best linebackers and running backs. And Coach Lozano always worked on their agility drills. Make no mistake. Winowski says, let me know. Dustin, you're coming on. I'm just letting you know. I'm going to call you this week. Let me know. I'll be there whenever you want. We're going to get some stuff set up, bro. And you're coming on the show. We're going to have a good time. We got to get the studio ready. So just want to let you know that we are going to be able to monetize for those of you that want to buy. What we're going to do is we're going to make it to where you can actually subscribe to the show. A lot of people do it for $1.99 a month or something like that. But just any little bit helps. Because as of right now, what enables me to do this is I am semi-retired, and the semi-retired money isn't the same as the working full-time money, if you know what I'm saying. So I need to, we're going to be taking on some sponsors, and we're taking on donations and things of that nature to help the show. So keep that in mind. If you like the show, make sure you like it and share it right now live. Why I'm asking you to do it. Share this show with others so they can watch too. And hopefully we'll get some more viewers, and it just keeps continuing to go up. Coach Paz, just a shout out to him. We'll miss you. Hope you're having a good time tonight where you're at there, and we'll see you back next week. Sorry about last week, guys. It's the first time I've canceled the show since I've been back, but I had a little bit of bronchitis, and I just didn't think I could come on and keep from coughing for a whole hour in your ear. So I decided to cancel last week's show. But we're back, and what a great time to be back. After a Cavs win, I said a Cavs win. Oh, that's happy hour on the show. One more time. Happy hour when you hear that music. We get Dustin in here, we might make him dance a little bit today. Are you a good dancer, Dustin? We need a dancer. Back in the old days now, I know Dave Lozano could dance. He's from Southview. If you're from Southview, you knew how to dance. That's all I can say. So All right, guys, listen to this. Now, I'm going to change up the subject just for a minute because they're aggravating me again on our Cleveland sports talk radios. All I've been hearing is Deshaun Watson. Rumors of Deshaun Watson being QB number 1 right now. Now, here's what. Yeah, QB number 1 is what they're saying they're hearing. Now, this is inside information, is what they're saying. But we heard this nonsense before, right? About before we got our coach, Monken, now. And we heard all the different rumor mills, and they're saying inside information is this, and it's that, and all these different things. But guess what? So now we're back to that. But you know what this does? This is why it aggravates me, man. It aggravates me. And I get so upset over it, is because you've got a young quarterback who is so bought into this team, literally bought in. He bought a house. He stayed in Cleveland over the off season. He's at the facility all the time. He's doing all the things that you could ever ask from your starting quarterback to go around and, for an example, last year, even after the way they did him last year, Coach Kevin Stefanski did him. You know that like one of the apartment buildings caught on fire in town, and Shedeur Sanders actually went there and helped those families and helped the people. And you don't hear much about that, but listen, that shows you something about a man's character when you do something like that, and that is could be your starting quarterback. So I would love to see him be the starting quarterback and love for him to do good. I mean, he passed for almost 400 yards in that one game last year. And I mean, he made some great throws. He made some great plays. I just don't understand. Why do we keep going back, Dustin? Why do we keep going back? Okay, to Deshaun Watson. Yeah, I know he's making $40 million a year. Okay, I get it. You got to use him, $40 million a year. But what has he done for us since he's been here? I mean, truthfully, he hasn't done anything that we can get excited about. Tell me, if you guys are on here, tell me what he's done since he's been here that we could really, as Browns fans, get excited about. I'd love to know. Even if it's funny, I need a good laugh about him, to be honest. Dustin says, I'm a terrible dancer, but I'll still do it. Oh, that's why I love you, man. That's why I love you. We'll have you up there dance. Get ready. Here it is. That's it. That's what you got to do. You dance to that. There you go. Dustin says Sanders has a lot of potential. I'm not sold yet, but he's got potential. That's what I'm saying. He's got potential. I'm not going to say I'm sold. And let's say, yes, we still need a quarterback competition because competition draws the best out of you. And we want that best going into the season. So maybe they're doing this a little bit. My take is on it. Coach Murray's take is that maybe, just maybe, they're doing this to draw that out of him. Awesome! Because we need it drawn out of him. Okay? And that's where I'm going with that. But I get so tired of it. I really think the Cleveland sports beat guys that have their own podcasts and shows, they just come up with stuff, half of them, I think, just so they can talk for 3 hours or 4 hours. But they don't realize what that does to the Cleveland fans. Now, I'll be honest, I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to do that here. We're going to keep it real with you no matter what. And truthfully, if I did have a source that told me that something was like going down, I would only tell you if I knew it to be totally true. And if I didn't, I'd have to apologize, but I would never say it if it wasn't the truth. But these guys just come on here, I think, sometimes just to get some clicks and likes and see how far they can take things. Let's see what else we have over here. Agility drills. We're going to have exercise during the show. We'll have Coach Lozano. He'll be doing agility drills. Okay, we've got workout with Coach Lozano time. We'll have that on the show. Oh, one other thing, too. Aaron Rodgers signed a 1-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, wait a minute. I'm going to clap for that because honestly, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is as good as he was. And he continues to age and get a little bit older. And you can see there's times last year. Listen, I'm going to tell you what, he's not going to outrun you. Aaron Rodgers is a pocket passer, and if they don't preserve him in the pocket, the boys got trouble. We saw that in the playoffs last year, and we saw that going down the stretch with him. As the season goes on, it's a long season, and he's going to have to play. So, yeah, he's got a great, if not one of the best, receiving cores in the NFL. So I'm sure I would, if I was him, I'd want to come back too, you know. But I just don't, you know, I'm happy with that. Straight up tell you, I'm happy with that because I think they've got at least one quarterback that I know, the Ohio State quarterback, and then they drafted, who was the other rookie they drafted? So they've got two very good, talented rookie, Will Howard, and the other rook they drafted this year that are on the bench waiting their turn to come in. But I think they're wanting to try to get one more year out of Aaron Rodgers. And truthfully, good. I mean, I'd rather have him out there playing than maybe the two rookies because I figure the rookies can at least run a little bit. And I don't think Aaron Rodgers can do that is what I'm trying to say. Dustin Winowski says, phone call. You didn't want to hear that, Dustin, when you played for the Mini Rangers. When you heard phone call,
awesome.
It wasn't awesome. It was more like, I'm in trouble. So, phone call. Let me tell you a story about a phone call. So, that was the big thing. Back in the day when we first started, we played on just any open area of grass that we could get. And we played over behind Wilcox School, over by the high school in North Ridgeville. And our team, we didn't really have a field lined out or anything. So, where you say, okay, run around the field, take a lap or something like that. So, there was a telephone pole way off to the distance. And it was a pretty good run. If you run over to the telephone pole and ran back, you really accomplished something. So for a 5th and 6th grade kid, for him to take off to the telephone pole and back, instead of saying, okay, go run a lap or go run, we got to the point where we said, phone call. So that was either your punishment or it was just for exercise, one or the other. But that's how we come up with the term phone call. So when you see people on here talking about phone call, that's what it means. That means they were either getting punished or they were either just getting conditioned, one or the other, or a little bit of both. Cody Whitlock said, just got some PTSD. Cody don't even like to hear phone call. They would come back puking and holding their sides and gagging. And it wasn't that far because by the end of the year, they were all running all the way there and all the way back. And we always had the best conditioned team. You know, most teams, like after halftime into the 3rd and 4th quarter, they started wearing out on you a little bit, most teams at that age. But I learned I think it was the first year. It was the first year that I took over as a head coach for a 5th and 6th grade tackle team. That our team, I remember we played the number 1 team in the league. I'm going to give them a shout out. They were called the Steelers. We played in the North Ridgeville Football League. And there was a team by the name of the Steelers that was undefeated. And we played them tough. It was 0-0 at halftime. But in the second half, man, they come out and they kicked our butts all over that field. So, I learned from that game that it doesn't matter how good you are and your skills you are and how much practice you do. If you're not a well-conditioned team, all that'll fall by the wayside the longer the game goes on. Because then you start worrying more about just catching your breath or trying to stay focused because of your lack of being in shape and not doing your conditioning. So we started conditioning a little bit more. And that's how the phone call was invented. We started running them. It was far for a lineman, Dustin said. Yes, the big lineman had a little bit of problems. The linemen had problems running. They were just a little bit bigger. Dave Lozano says it was never punishment. It was to reset their focus and conditioning. Yes, Dave, you're absolutely right. Well spoken, coach. Well spoken. But it was sometimes it was definitely um, if they kept messing up and messing up, you had to get their attention and their focus. So instead of calling it punishment, Dave is correcting me. You're absolutely right. It was to reset their focus, and that was a good way to do it. Um, but guys, really, honestly, they loved us as coaches. Most of them did, and they always come back. And there was a uh, line of kids waiting to get on the team. So we had a very good program. And Brookie Brooke is in the house. Hey, Murray, she says, that's my niece. Good to see you on board tonight. Brooke, glad to see you can make it. Our soon to be nurse here in the family. I appreciate the Mini Rangers conditioning. Truly, Cody says, we were all prepared. We were all prepared for what was to come in the later years in our athletic careers. And that is true because most of the kids that did leave the Mini Rangers were starters for the 7th and 8th grade team and all the way up through their high school careers. And I've had several say, and I won't give their name away, we'll save it and leave him tell it when he comes on the show. And he was a stud. He was a good player. He was a fullback, linebacker on a playoff team in high school for 2 years. And he told me the best coach that he ever had was me and being on the Mini Rangers. So with me being the coach, you got the rest of my coaches too. So it wasn't just me, it was me and the coaching staff. So I always carried that as a badge of honor for me because that says a lot. When your kids go on from 6th grade and play 6 more years of junior high and high school football and still think you're the best coach they've ever had, then that's really saying something. So thank you for that. He knows who it is. I won't say. When we have him on the show, I'm sure he'll tell you. Let's see. Dustin says, I hated it back then, but I appreciate the heck out of it now. Thanks, Dustin. That's awesome. You and Cody both appreciate you turning in tonight, tuning in, and giving your comments. Now, let's get back to the Cavs real quick before we get ready to go off there. We got about 15 more minutes. Guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are on the Cavs. Are they going to be able to take the Knicks? And what do you think? What is it going to be? Is it going to be in, 6-game series, 5-game series? What do you think? Can they beat them? Or do you think the Knicks are just too much? Give us your comments on here. Don't forget now, like and share this with your friends so we can try to up our viewership on the Coach's Corner. Says I hate it back there. Okay. Yes, let's see if you're still on here. Give us what you think, John Landy. What are you thinking? Are the Cavs going to be able to pull it off against the Knicks and advance to the championship game? I would like to know that myself. It's a happy time either way because guess what? We haven't been to the championship since 2018. As you can see, you guys, if you haven't, I'm going to try to move over so you can see my shirt. Whatever it takes, I'm bringing it back, baby. I'm bringing sexy back. 2018, this is the finals. This is what we wore. It says, whatever it takes. And that's where we're at right now, Cavs. It's whatever it takes. That's what you've been doing. And I'll say right now, continue on with what you're doing. Do whatever it takes. You got to hustle. You got to dive. You got to get after the ball. When you got how many, I forget how old Harden is, but he's an older player. And he's out there diving on the floor for balls and falling in the crowd. Donovan Mitchell is out there diving. You got to, everybody on the team, even the coaches, you need to be out there diving after some balls. Let's get after it now and do whatever it takes to win this next series so we can get in the championship game. We can go to the NBA Finals and take on whoever that's going to be. I personally think it'll be OKC, but you never know. Maybe the Spurs will show us something different. Let's see. John Landy says, depends on the officiating. Let's see. They have a solid starting five. Let's see. Cody says we're getting comments coming in like crazy, so we're scrolling up. Cody says we got a solid. They got a solid starting five. I feel like they're definitely a tougher matchup than the Pistons. John Landy says it depends on officiating. Isn't that the truth? That's a fact. Depends on officiating. The Knicks were built to beat the Celtics, so I don't know how they will adapt to the Cavs. I still say it's the two big guys, Dave. It's the two big guys that's going to play. If we can get them, Harden is 36. Dustin says he believes Harden is 36 years old. So you got a 36-year-old player that's been out there since he's 21, 22 years old whenever he come in the NBA. And he's, at least a 14-year veteran there, if not longer. And with all his accolades, and the boy is out there falling on the ground, taking shots and charges and whatever it takes to win the game. So that's what I'm saying. We're saying whatever it takes. Let's get it done, Cavs. We need another championship here in Cleveland. And you guys, we do have some talented ball players on this team. And they've been through a little bit of stuff this year. They've had injuries and different things happening, just like Strus coming back at the end of the season. He was out most of the year, and he made it back. And then trade for Harden. There's so many things that could have, that did, not could have, but did make a difference in how we're playing right now. I just think, though, it's all going to come out in the end. Listen to me. All going to come out in the end. Now, I'm going to get a little bold here. I'm going to get a little bold. And I think, as much as they drive me crazy, I think the Cavs are able to take care of the Knicks. I get tired of listening to all the, the announcers and everything. Even like last night, even after when the Cavaliers come out and they basically just took charge early in the game and never looked back. You don't win by 31 points without taking charge and never looking back. And that's exactly what they did. And even there was one point when they were down by 30 with, I don't even know, 6 minutes or 5, I forget what it was in the game. And the announcers are on the TV, like on Crime, was like, all the Detroit needs to do is hit a couple of threes and get back on it. You're down 30 points. 30 points. It's just like I don't know what it is. They're just, Cleveland is not everyone's favorite. That's why it's always us against the rest of the world, man. Cleveland is just not nobody's favorite team. Everybody wants to root for Detroit, or they want to root for the Knicks, or they want to root for anybody but Cleveland. But guess what? Cleveland has talent too, and they found that out. Mitchell has to be a true point guard and make opportunities for the bigs. Absolutely right. And that's what Harden did, Coach Lozano, is when Harden come over, I think it opened up the Cavs' eyes, and it made our bigs different players and better players because they finally had somebody that was utilizing their talent. And I think that opened up Mitchell's eyes as much as anybody else. So now I totally agree with you. If Mitchell will open up his eyes and realize he's got to get it to the big guys, this could help him and it could help our team. Wadowski says if they can beat the Pistons, they should have the Knicks easily. Should, he says. And I agree. I agree that I think they should myself. Guys, real quick, we're about to run out of time, but I want to make a quick mention about the Gardos. The Guards are in first place by 1 game over the White Sox, and they're 4.5 games over the Twins. So get out, support the Gardos. Those young, talented rookie players, man, they are coming on. I think they exploded for 6 home runs the other night? When's the last time? Come on now. When is the last time that the Cleveland Indians Guardians hit 6 home runs in 1 game? John Landy says we're one veteran player shy. You may be right, brother. You may be right. But I'm going to go on. Guys, here's my pick. Here's Coach's pick. You ready? I know. For what it's worth. I think we're going to take them. And I think we're going to surprise them in such a way that they're not going to be able to recover from it. I think we might take them in 6, to be honest. 6. Remember that. I said 6. 6 games. Just remember that, you guys. I'm sure you'll let me know. But the Gardos are in first place. Let's get out there and support them. I'm going to a graduation tomorrow, hopefully, if the weather holds out. Shout out to my oldest granddaughter, Kaylin. She's going to be graduating tomorrow. And she come in and showed me, yes, let's give some applause for that. What a good girl that she is. She come in with her, she come from practice today. So she come back with her, her gown, and she had her hat on and all the awards that she received. And I'm like, they're, for lack of a better term, I called them ropes, but they're awards for all the things that she volunteered and things she's done in high school. I never seen so many in my life. So I was so proud of her. So just a big shout out to my granddaughter. I love you. I'm so proud of you. Lucy Nimitz says, all right, 6. Yes, you got it. 6. I said 6. So, Dustin, bold claim, Coach. You know that's bold, but you know what? Go bold or go home is what I say, baby. You got to go bold or go home. That's where we're at here on Coach's Corner. Guys, listen, do me a favor. Share this with your friends. Remember, keep us in your thoughts and prayers. We're going to be moving over to the new studio. We're going to try to make this happen at least in the next 2 weeks so we can be over the new studio. Once we get over there, Dustin, guess what? You're going to come on board, and we're going to get you in that studio, and we're going to have you tell all the down low and dirty things that we got into with the football team. No, not dirty. Down low and great things that we got into with the football team. Love some Dustin Winowski. We call him Gandhi for a reason. Boy showed up to practice with flip-flop sandals on and played the whole practice. So, man, listen, come on. Yes, I said flip-flops, sandals, whatever you want to call them. He did it, though. He did it. He stayed the whole time. My schedule's wide open for next month. Okay, Dustin. Guys, listen. Here's what I got to say to you. We have got a really good opportunity here in Cleveland to make a name. We already have in the years gone by, but we've been out of it for a while. Basketball, last year we had the winningest team in basketball, and then we flopped in the second round. Second round, we're out. And Donovan Mitchell, wasn't brought here to go out in the second round. So finally, I think what's happened here is the young man is finally grown up and realized, Evan Mobley, he's finally played enough basketball to realize it's like, listen, this is why I'm here, man. I need to start making this stuff happen. And you got Jared Allen and him together, which is the two of them together is like no other team in the NBA has exactly what they've got. When you can put up 20, they both had 20. One had 20. Jared Allen had 23. Evan Mobley had 21. One had 7 rebounds. The other had 12. When you can put those kind of numbers up, if you could do that at a steady pace, we're not even taking into consideration what if Sam Merrill gets hot? What if Wade gets hot? What if Strus gets hot? What about Tyson? He's a youngster. And he was putting up 30-some points before all these guys come back. If all these guys get hot, what it could do for the city of Cleveland and the Cavaliers. But we have a real opportunity with the Guardians making the playoffs last year, and then you've got the Browns, who I think is an up-and-coming team. Cleveland could be back, baby. Cleveland could be back on the map, and every sports team would be a team worth watching. And I do believe that we are on the brink of that happening, especially with the Browns drafting as well as they did this year. Dustin says, never going to live that one down. No, you're not, Gandhi. Cody, all right, Cody sent us over some love and he sent us some stars. All right, thank you, Cody. We appreciate it. Again, like I said, don't forget, please share this with your friends. Go on to our, if you haven't done it yet, please go on YouTube, www.youtube.com at Coach's Corner, no apostrophe, Coach's Corner 4712, and like and subscribe. Make sure it's important that you do the like and subscribe. Don't just come on the show and comment and everything, but actually like the show, subscribe, or like and follow it if we're on Facebook, and then share it. Share it on your YouTube channel and share it, or on your YouTube page, and then share it on your Facebook page. Question for next week: does Ridgeville still have a great city girls softball league? Davo, that's a good question. I'm not sure. I think, from what my understanding is the girls softball league now travels, the older at least. I think the younger ones, though, I was up there and I do know they still have it, but I don't know at what age it starts. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's 3rd grade. So check me out, call Park and Rec and find out. Cody says you got to believe. Amen, Co. I agree with you. And guys, we've reached that time in the show. We have got our hour in tonight, and I so much appreciate you. You know, anytime we get a chance to talk sports is a good time. Anytime, as long as it's with you. And remember, no matter what you're going through in life, no matter how big the problem is, we serve a big God. Give it over to God. Thank you all for tuning in. Yeah, turning in. We're going to turn in as we tune out. So, but listen, next week, we're going to try to be on here, see about getting some more. Hopefully, Coach Paz will be back next week. And enjoy your week. Go Cleveland, all the sports. Get a hold of me on the private message, either on the YouTube channel or Coach's Corner at Facebook, if you have any other thoughts on tonight's show or what's coming up. But I so look forward to our new studio. I'm excited about it, and I can't wait till we can get people in to have live audiences and guests on the show. So we're working there, we're getting there, but we're getting there because of you. So again, this is Coach Murray. This is Coach's Corner. Peace. I'm out.